Well, now, son, as your insane parent, you have to pay for any emotional support I give you. but, Daddy, I can't afford that. I am 2 days old. Oh, excuses. 2 days old already is still broke. But, Paul...
God, this makes me sad. Jesus Christ. Well, good evening, ladies, lasses, and lasses, and welcome to the Click You Smell Astounding today. And don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Did you know that we have miniature emotional support demons and mangoes coming out in the very near future? Keep an eye out. They're very cute, very cuddly. You can hang a little keychain on them and have them with you wherever you go, or put them in your pocket. They're super cute, super tiny. Keep a lookout. Today, we are going to look into r/InsaneParents, a very beautiful subreddit with many stories that are both kind of funny, sad, or a good learning experience that is important to talk about and sometimes laugh about. And I do hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoy having you here. Mwah. Just gonna hang you here on the microphone for a bit of emotional support. God, Jesus, we need it today.
Patricia, my 18-year-old son left home with our authorization to get an apartment and now refuses to pay his daily parenting fees that he has been paying since he was 13 years old. How would I go about suing him?
Nothing screams like forced employment quite like having kids for the sole reason to just make them pay you for being their parent when they're a minor and then they move out, no longer receiving parenting, and they still have to pay it unless you sue them. I don't think any court is gonna take this seriously, Patricia, if I put it that way. Can you imagine how that case would go? My 18-year-old son won't pay me for parenting after they moved out. Wait, so they paid you for parenting before they moved out? What the fuck? That's the benchmark. Wanting her only child on Do Not Resuscitate.
Hey babes, it's your mother. I am using Blorp phone because I don't have a phone card. So I talked to my frickin' mother and poo hit the fan. She asked why she hasn't heard from me and all that. I told her that I was still upset with her for trying to get Blorp to sign a Do Not Resuscitate on me. Oh my god. She said that she will never apologize for that because she will not look after me if I was turned into a vegetable. She sent a text after we hung up that she said she won't ever contact me again.
Oh my Christ. Yeah, I think I would be pretty upset with that kind of stuff too. I mean, honestly, decisions like this are always super, super difficult, of course, but I do imagine that, you can make decisions like that after the fact. It seems very weird to sign something like this for your loved one. Before this has happened, it's like, it's nothing is certain that anything is going to end up badly just yet. Just in case, let's just sign this Do Not Resuscitate. Holy shit. My father contacted me for the first time in over 10 years. Reality, because... what the frick? Yep. What do you want? Nothing. Your mother tried to contact me? I highly doubt that. Much like myself, she wants nothing to do with you. You're not the only one. I wish all's well. I've been out for 6 years. Have you heard from me? I figured something was amiss. She tried to befriend me last week. What do you mean befriend me? Like Facebook friend request? I got the gosh darn feds breathing down my neck. Well, darn, you're ugly. Nothing says wholesome 10-year-old reunion with your strange child quite like insulting their appearance. Oh, yes, indeed, you grew up to be ugly. God, reverse ugly duckling, am I right?
Thanks, Dad.
Still a P-word, huh? A great argument. However, your mother... Oof, great use of a meme. Mwah. I am going to tell you one time. Do not ever contact me again. I have no desire to speak to you, see you, hear from you, or be in the same vicinity as you. It has been 10 years since we last spoke or saw each other. Let's continue on that streak. Blah, 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 blah. No. You have always been weak. Laterate. Is that a rhyme? Is that a thing boomers say? Laterate. No? You have always been weak. Let me educate you there, good sir. Come in closer for the Okay, not that close. That close. You smell of weird things. But anyway, I would say breaking contact with an abusive person that this seems to be is a sign of strength. The abusive person in question will probably call you weak, being like, oh my god, you can't even deal with the tiny conflict. But the problem is they're probably very toxic a very big portion of the time, and managing to break free from that, despite their attempts of control, means you're a strong person, and you will only go stronger from here on out because you will allow yourself to be in situations where you can flourish instead of basically trying to desperately ping-pong these lashing outs and weird behaviors. It is a very good place to get to, and I wish you all the best.
My baby girl! Sad emoji. So I made homemade salsa this evening, and this girl said she loves peppers, and that she wanted to eat one.
That's a bad idea.
I told her no, but she insisted. Haha, kids. She took a bite of the jalapeno and instantly she screamed her mouth was burning.
You know, just because your kid asks for a jalapeno doesn't mean that you should let them shove it down their throat. Sometimes kids try to eat rocks too. Doesn't mean it's good.
Her eyes, face, and lips turned bright red. Emoji. We tried to soap and water to wash her face.
Soap and... You soaped? Just try to soap away chili? What?
And had her drink water, milk, and orange juice.
Yeah, milk is actually a good idea, yeah?
None of that worked. She was screaming for about 30 minutes.
30... I think maybe there might be an allergy involved. 30 minutes, it usually doesn't burn for that long unless she ate a lot.
Me over here thinking that we're gonna have to go to the hospital because her face and lips were puffy.
They were Go to the hospital! It's an allergy! It's literally getting puffy. What are you doing?
Bryant?
Your husband is called Brian.
Bryant Googles how to help her. Y'all, Google said butter. So we rubbed layers of butter on her face and lips. Oh gee, our little daughter is having an allergic reaction after just gouging down a jalapeno and now her face is swelling. What should we do? I don't know. Let's paint her with lard. So we rubbed layers of butter on her face and lips, left it on for about 20 minutes, then washed it off. Sure enough, it worked. During this time, she is screaming her hands were burning, so we layered her hands in butter, but that did not work. Back to Google. Wash hands, oil, milk, dairy products, so we had her soaking her hands in all kinds of things. Finally, sour cream. Y'all, sour cream for the win! Hours of her screaming in pain. My poor baby.
Take her to a goddamn hospital!
Is this normal to have a reaction like this to jalapenos?
I mean, you probably shouldn't feed jalapenos to small children, even if they insist, but... No, this sounds like something worse. So let me get this straight. If your child has an allergic reaction, smear butter on their face, but it doesn't work on their hands, so sour cream on the hands. Wow, I'm so glad we got all our knowledge from Facebook together. Yeah, my dog begs for old batteries too, but I don't give them to her just because she insisted. Can you imagine that? Oh, you're being sued for animal cruelty. But, Your Honor, she really wanted to eat the batteries. My kid cried in pain because of a possible allergy to Kapaski skin. Nailed it. And I spread butter and sour cream on her. I'm such a good parent.
Y'all, sour cream for the win!
Making a nacho appetizer out of your child has to be a violation of some law somewhere. This would be really funny if it wasn't so sad. I mean, it's a little bit of both, but goddamn, I feel so bad for the child. Some parents should really need a license to have kids. It would never work in practice, but I keep kind of reiterating that idea for myself when I read stuff like this and be like, you have to have a license to drive a dangerous big vehicle. You should probably need a license for this. My dad is in Texas right now and is making me send photos of my room every day, or he takes $100 from my account. What?
I am taking $100 from you because you didn't send me pictures of your room, and I am taking another $100 today if I don't get pictures.
Dad, I just got home late and forgot because I had a busy day. My room is clean. I mean, that makes no sense though. If you're gone the whole day working and stuff, your room wouldn't magically get messy, but you also wouldn't be able to send a picture. This whole system is flawed. Not to mention, like, taking money out of your kids' accounts because they didn't clean the room seems like a questionable punishment to begin with.
You had all day to take pictures. Send pics before you get to work or lose another $100. I'm not joking around.
Just pre-take 10 pictures from different angles with slightly different stuff, you know? That's what I would do. I didn't have all day. I got to work at 12 and I didn't come back until 9:30. And I had cross-country and had to figure out parking. Here's a picture of room. I just forgot.
Okay, you don't lose $100 today, but you will tomorrow if I don't get pictures.
Can I have my $100 back?
No.
But they showed that the room was clean. Now you punish them because they didn't send a picture in time? I swear to God, some people have kids just so they can have tiny miniature versions of themselves they can extort control over. It's so sad. Okay, OP, I work in banking, and I would strongly recommend you to get another account under just your name if you're in a safe enough position to do so. I understand that you're 17. Some banks will allow minors to open up accounts solely in their name if you have proper identification. Please call around your area and see which bank allow this. Please do not just open an account at the same bank. Accidents happen, and people are human, so your father could gain access to your new account if he lies his way through it, which it seems like he would have no trouble doing. Another thing is that you do have access to that account, even if you don't have a debit card. all you need to do is go to the bank with your ID and you can withdraw all the funds. If not in cash, at least a cashier's check with you and they can then put it in your new account. This is your money. You worked hard for it. Don't let him hold your money hostage. It's $100 today, but it could be the whole balance tomorrow and you will have no recourse if that happens. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. It's a super good point. You still have access to your account if it's in your name, even if you don't happen to have a linked active card right now. It just means that withdrawing is a bit difficult, but please do it. Keep your money safe. People like this suck. This is one of my former classmates. This is his second kid, and he's always posting stuff like this.
Yeah, baby and guns. Guns are good for babies. Best toy on the market.
Ooh, even got the finger on the trigger. Hell yeah, why is it always people that are so fascinated about guns that always have the worst gun safety? I would imagine it would be the opposite, right? If you're really used to guns, you would respect them and appreciate the power they have and the potential accidents that could happen, but I guess not. What? I think pictures like this just reminds me of the phrase peaked in high school. That's basically what this is. When I asked my mom to not let my son paint inside. No, you didn't. This was after 1 round of cleaning. And you painted before and it was left. It was a while back, obviously before the closet got locked.
Sorry I've upset you so much. Don't remember the kids ever painting before. I will punish myself for doing this. I will hurt myself as much as I can.
It would be nice if I could have a normal conversation with you, but unfortunately that is not possible. I am just asking you not paint inside. I don't want paint on things like the slime yesterday.
I will take care of my punishment for being a terrible person.
Like I said, unfortunately that's not a possibility.
You don't understand about yesterday and I don't want to hear an explanation. No one deserves hurting as much as I do. I'll see to it that I'm punished.
What?
This seems grossly manipulative. You basically have your own parent that is threatening to do harm to themselves because you asked them to not do a certain thing with your kids. Yeah, maybe having them around the kids is not a great idea, to be honest. I have been living alone for almost 5 years and she still acts like this. Birthplace.
Hey Blorp, I need to come home right now. The house is so messy. You have to clean.
What?
Clean the house now.
Mom, I don't even live there. What the frick?
Yes, but it's still your responsibility.
This is on par with a parent that wanted their kid to pay for parenting even after they moved out. No, it's not. I have my own home. I don't ask you to come clean that I do. Just ask Blorp.
He will say no, and he's busy.
I am busy too, and I live 2 hours away. I have a job. Do you want me to give up my life to clean a house that I don't even live in?
We've talked about that attitude.
What attitude? Not cleaning other people's houses that I don't even live in? Jesus Christ, woman.
And you know what happens when you don't listen to me.
Are you threatening your adult child for not cleaning your house when they don't even live at home anymore? Did I read that right? I guess I did. I mean, I'm pretty dyslexic, but I'm pretty sure I read that right. I am not a child, and it's almost 8. If I drive there right now and clean, I will probably be home around 1 a.m. I have to get up at 6. Just clean it yourself.
I gave you a roof over your head and food on your plate, and this is the thanks I get?
Okay, I mean, helping family in general is a good thing, right? If your mom called you and be like, hey, I need to bring out the old dishwasher because it's heavy. Do you have time on Tuesday to help me out? And it's like, sure, I'll help you out. You know, that kind of stuff is good. It's good things. But this is not that. This is like general chores around the house for no particular reason, just because you don't want to clean the house yourself and you think your kids owe you even after they have moved out. That is weird.
You are so ungrateful.
No, you are. When Dad left, who helped you pay the bills? I worked my butt off while you spend your time at home. I have done my part.
Come here now or I will never speak to you again.
What a manipulative sack of poo. Why is it that you ask me before you ask Blorp, the actual person who lives there? Or crazy idea, clean it yourself. Why should I clean up after you?
Well, I clean every day and it's still dirty.
It's not my mess, so not my responsibility.
You're unbelievable. I am never speaking to you again. Goodbye.
Bye.
Don't ever come near me or Blorp ever again. And don't come into Christmas. You are not welcome here anymore. Thank you for never helping me with anything. I will tell the rest of the family what an ungrateful birch you are. I always liked Blorp more than you, and now I finally have a reason. Good night.
Ooh, nothing like whipping out the cunt like, you were never my favorite child anyway. That is absolutely beautiful. And also threatening with like, oh, I will never speak to you again. You will never have these amazingly pleasant conversation about demanding you to clean up after me, unless you clean up after me right now. This is a threat. Don't miss out on the good things life have to offer. I mean, the sheer entitlement, along with the severe lack of self-awareness of what you're actually threatening and offering, is absolutely wild to me. This is insane. As the subreddit suggests, 1 of 1,000 emails from my father accusing me of replacing my family with doubles as a 13-year-old. I'm gonna be honest, if you managed to replace your family with doubles when you were 13, you're pretty freaking good. And if he actually believes that, he probably shouldn't be messing with you, because that's freaking scary. A 13-year-old that can replace their family with doubles, I wouldn't mess with that. Jesus Christ, be glad you're alive, Dad. What the frick?
Yo, Mama, I know we lived in apartment 531 when this all poo went down and you said became what your words. Not important. It's a text I have, but I can't seem to understand why it shows Blorp living at 2 other apartments in the same complex at the same time. Crazy, right? Also, the Blorp with different names, but the same number apartment must be a conspiracy. But you sure became part of it at 13 when I'm struggling to make it work on your B-day that you sat with your mother and talked like poo to me. Must have made you proud to have come of age then. The only thing real from that day was me, a problem to defeat, and the joke. How did a boy get all his friends and I don't even know what that word is. Jew hall? Oh, it's a bar mitzvah, but really poorly spelled. Okay, I get it. It was good and real and always separate me from the fakes. It's like the philosophical question, like, you know that you are conscious because I think there before I am, but you're never actually sure that other people are thinking. So maybe he's just onto like some philosophical rant. Okay, no, I doubt it. I don't think he's onto a philosophical rant. I think this is just a little bit out there. I have a schizophrenic brother whose symptoms really became apparent when I was already a legal adult. We both dressed up as a Joker for Halloween after The Dark Knight came out, but he decided that it needed to be a daily thing, which combined with severely delusional thinking, hallucinations, aggression, and mania. That has in itself been a horrible ordeal. I could not imagine having that as a father from a much earlier age. As early as 13. That is nightmarish, because at that age, I'm not even sure you can really comprehend what is going on. That must have been terrible. Girlfriend's mom and Warhammer 40k model. Mom, picture of package, picture of models and paint.
Yes, I opened it. This is the reason you two idiots are broke and you ran up your credit cards. I am pricing the stuff right now. The Spaceman is $110 on eBay.
Spaceman? God!
$27 for the spray paint. This paint are $12 each on Games Workshop. Almost $200 for all this poo. I'm sending it back to where it came from.
What the frick? Do not send those back. It was $100. The guy is limited. I bought him when he was on sale.
Sending it all back even if I have to pay for it.
What the frick? Really?
And it's not under your name, it's under Blorp name. You already have this one.
Yeah, because I got it for her.
You probably used your credit card to pay for this too, right?
I had a special message in it and everything. No, I didn't use my credit.
There's no message in there. Prove it to me that I'll send it to you.
Well, I tried to put one in.
Prove to me that you did not use a credit card to pay for it, and you had to adjust order this. You've been gone for a month. I know you just ordered this recently. This entire order was almost $200. You little poo can order all these figurines, run up your credit cards, but she wouldn't help me with the bills.
I ordered it 3 months ago because she wanted her money to move back.
Show me your debit card with the last 4 in it. Okay, so 3 months ago she knew she was gonna move. Honestly, you're just wasting your money on her. Don't even care. I'm sending this back even if I have to pay for it myself.
If it's a lesson about saving money, that seems like a very silly concept.
Why are you spending money on her when you need to pay your credit card bills? Even 3 months ago, you both ran up your credit cards.
How exhausting. How exhausting having someone helicoptering over you like this for spending your own money on something, you dare enjoy. $100? Come on now. My sons both played Warhammer and collected figurines. They didn't have a credit card, so I paid for the most part. I willingly paid when I could. They were super into it, hung out with a bunch of nerds, for lack of a better word, and at the back of a comic book store on Friday evenings. So much better than much of what they could have been doing.
Oh yeah, it's like when they go out and they play the D&D, which is a code word for all kinds of substances.
Mom, in my free time, I sniff dice.
I still have some of the figurines they created. They got better and better with the painting. I'm really glad they had that and enjoyed it together. Fond memories. Frickin' hell, my parents did the same poo. Mess with stuff that I paid for, and it drives me insane. Yeah, that's the name of the subreddit, isn't it? Messing with stuff that other people saved up for and paid is so patronizing. If you want to teach your kids to be responsible adults and stuff, don't do this. Like, this is ridiculous. If they worked for the money and saved it up themselves and chose to spend it on something they enjoy, and come on, it's $100. Oh my god. It's one thing if you wake up one day and realize your stupid teenager is $50,000 in debt for no good reason, then it's like, okay, fine, maybe it's time to do something about it. But buying a figurine for $100 for their own money 3 months ago. Really? Really? So yeah, I am 19 and she still forces me to call her mommy. Sorry, I haven't been messaging much. Work has been making me stay for hours. I'm almost hitting overtime, lol. Also, I can't call tonight because they're making me stay until 8. Sorry.
Where is the word mommy? What am I, stranger?
My 26F mom 44F wants me and my husband 28M to come live with her and be her helpers. This reminds me of that person who should move back to clean, or the person who should keep paying their parents. Do people just have kids to have them as volunteer workers? Is that a new thing?
I could really use both of your help around here, just certain things throughout the month.
We probably both need to work, but if we moved, we would definitely be closer.
You could work, but help me with things here and there. And stay here for free, of course. We help each other to survive this life because we are family.
Isn't it funny that they always say we're family when they want something, but not the other way around? Anyway.
I am raising your little siblings the same way. We all help each other as a family.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. You're still under the same roof, but that doesn't mean like an adult couple that are planning their own family probably by now should move back into the old place. That doesn't make sense.
We make each other's lives better and easier, so we don't struggle alone like the rest of the world does with their families. They ignore each other and don't help each other, and they don't notice each other's struggles.
Of course, if we decide to move there, that would be a sweet deal. We just resigned though, so it won't be until next year. I'm not even sure if it's possible career-wise, but Blorp has been looking around. He missed Blorp so much.
So what? We could pay the move-out early fee. Tell them you have an emergency and your mom is sick and needs you there. I'm going to be getting van before the year is over. We can take mini vacays and camp around Blorp everywhere. As soon as fall-winter gets here, it's so nice. You can come back to the city anytime.
I mean, it sounds a bit sad in one way, because it sounds like she's lonely and kind of looking to have more family around, but I don't think this is the way to do it.
I need Blorp to come help Dad cut down 3 trees.
Oh, so the house is full of people already. Okay.
And 2 big bushes. Dad come home every 2 weeks.
Oh, maybe it's Grandpa. Maybe they mean Grandpa. I don't think it would work this year because of Blorp's schedule, but we're seriously considering 6 months Blorp and 6 months Blorp. Aw, so gorgeous.
Bummer. I need help with landscaping and get this place back in order in a laid-back way. Not all day, a little every day maybe. It's going to take months, months of labor. And a little every day on the inside with your help. Like 2 to 3 hours every day. For months. Oh my god. But not like clocking in and clocking out, just relaxed and like a rhythm for all of us family.
Just like a part-time job, 7 days a week, 3 hours a day. Isn't that just glorious? Just a little part-time job, don't worry about it. My absolutely insane mother posing for a picture.
Hey y'all, will you keep my dad in your prayers? He's okay, I just don't trust these people up here.
So they took a selfie with their dad in the background in a hospital bed. That's a little weird. This is strange. Did you ask him before posting this? Anything for social media stuff, I guess. Did you know that 1 like is 1 prayer? Please like this video and I pray for my channel. Thank you. Mama. Okay, I'll meet you at the 8 bus stop at 7:30 tomorrow.
Okay. Forget you have a mom, I don't want to see you.
Oh, okay, Mama, as you wish.
Why are you not answering my call? You never tried to reach out. What's happening to you? What the use of the phone that we're paying for if you don't even use it to communicate with me, huh? Hey, respond or else I will drive there.
I am at work. They made me come in today. Mommy, 9 missed calls. Oh my god, yes, it's like, let your kid do their job, God.
Anonymous member, looking into blood transfusion options for a home birth in the possible rare case of a hemorrhage that requires a blood transfusion. My husband is a universal donor with type O negative and is willing to give me blood if needed so I don't have to risk possible exposure from a conventional blood transfusion to pathogens that they generally don't test for. Does anyone know if there's a way to hire a home transfusion with midwife or RN if needed? We were thinking that we could draw 2 pints of my husband's blood in advance to keep on hand should I need blood emergency. Has anyone else done this or looked into this? Thanks in advance.
You're gonna create your own blood bank in your refrigerator and just drain your husband? Just go to a hospital. God, I'm gonna be honest here. Maybe this is America in a hospital. There's like $5 billion for this, but you know, when I read this, I see way more risks at being at home than like the stuff you're worried about. You know, trading a risk for a bigger risk is not risk reduction. Homophobic grandma tells me she's on the side of God about my hating my gayness. On the side? What do you mean?
Rejecting God to live out our lives by our own choices instead of agreeing with God and His word is living in pride and arrogance lead to destruction. I pray for you, Hayden, that you will see God in your adult life and choose His way and not your own. We choose one of two paths in this life,
the gay one and the less gay one, the two paths.
We choose the path of God and His kingdom, or we choose the path of Satan and his kingdom.
Satan has really cool gay parties, though, not gonna lie. I'm looking forward to the masquerade parties down in hell. It's gonna be so good.
And a scary thought is this: reaching a place where a person commits the unpardonable sin.
What's the unpardonable sin?
Well, don't let this be you, because when a person chooses to live a life that is considered an abomination to God, and that person defends the practices of a lifestyle in direct opposition to God, that person, that slippery slope leading to destruction. Your family loves you, I love you, and if I don't speak the truth to you in love, it's like giving you a Judas kiss, the kiss of death. God calls us hate things that offend Him and hurt His children, and when the LGBTQ plus community comes out and say, we are coming for your children, that group of people are clearly and unashamedly offending God and attempting to hurt His children. I love you, but I will remain on the side of God. I pray you don't ignore these words and that you seek the truth of God's word for your life before it's too late for you to do so. And remember, it is your choice.
Maybe Grandpa and Grandma's a little bit in the closet if she thinks it's a choice, you know?
I love you, and I am praying for you. Graham, as I'm to hate Proverbs 28:16.
Great. What an amazing... oh, no, it keeps going.
Hi, Aiden. I just tried to call you. Maybe your phone isn't getting reception. I love and miss you.
You know, if you really want your grandkids to pick up your phone, there's this very simple life hack of, like, not calling them abominations. It's a very complicated life hack, but surprisingly, it works. I really despise shit like this. Don't get me wrong, I have met many people in my days who found a lot to gain, or spiritual guidance, or morality, or life questions, or comfort when it comes to religions, or belief, or spirituality. I believe there is a lot of value to be found, either philosophically or whatever category you want. But when it reaches a point where you prioritize old texts over your own family members and use it as a justification to call your grandkids abominations for literally not kissing the same person you would kiss, who gives a fuck about that anyway? It's like, Jesus Christ, Grandma. Jesus freaking Christ. I know it's a different generation, but oh my God. Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine. We don't choose stuff like this. There are quite a few things in life that are a choice. This is not one of them. What you like and what you're attracted to and who you feel like inside is not something you choose. You can figure out stuff. Stuff can change because you learn more about yourself. I met many people, for example, that adopt a certain identity early on in life, but then they try different things. So they explore stuff and they realize, there's more to it, and it changes. Changes stuff doesn't mean it's wrong, because you don't know everything about yourself from the get-go, and that is perfectly okay. That doesn't mean, you have to adopt the same thing you thought you were from the beginning. That is fine. It's not necessarily that we change, but you learn more things about yourself. Although some parts of us probably change as we grow older, but not like that. So this whole idea that it's supposed to be some kind of choice or something is very silly. I even seen people have the theory that, like, maybe all the people claiming it's a choice are actually just bi, because for someone who isn't bi, it wouldn't be a choice. Although that also puts the blame back within the LGBTQ and just say that homophobia is the reason that people are in the closet, and closeted people are the homophobes, which is toxic because it turns the blame back on the LGBTQ, when the conclusion should be that the environment is so incredibly toxic and homophobic that it forces people who are part of the community to claim it is just a choice to be, like, on the right crowd, which is also horribly wrong. So be yourself. You are valid as you are. Remember that. I do hope you find love, and I do hope you are loved, because you deserve it. Mom, here's a puppy and a little lumpy boy. Oh, that is so great. Aw.
Here is something interesting. I met a man who built the scenery on The Sorcerer's Apprentice, starring Nick Cage, another friend of Ruth Ann's. When are you moving home? Do you know about my juicy will? Do you want to be in my will? Will that you help you, like, with a smidge more? Hello? Hey, hello?
Oh, because they took like 5 minutes to reply to a text? I'm gonna take you out of my will. Better reply to my texts, kiddo. Dad, here's a screenshot with a lot of money missing. I don't appreciate this.
Will, please give me time to solve the issue.
Solve the issue? What? You just took a bunch of money from them? Jeez, without asking? What the fuck?
You didn't even put the other 100 back in, let alone the fact that you put me 2,500 under somehow. How does that happen? Once is a mistake. Stop, will you? I'm about to drink now. Stop it. I just took thousands of dollars out of your account, but don't complain. I'm about to have a beer. How dare you interrupt beer time? Duh. Well, maybe I wouldn't be freaking out if I wasn't suddenly put in debt. Give me TM. Don't you guilt trip me. You are fine. Don't even try. Stop. You stop. I'm having a crisis too. Just calm down and I will resolve it. Oh yeah, the nice justification, like I'm having a crisis, so I just messed over your finances. But you can't complain because I am having a tough day too. I stubbed my toe, did you know? I'm not asking you to understand, but for your patience. I have a lot of work to do and a lot of other people to provide for. No, it doesn't sound like you're providing for anyone, you're just stealing money. I have a lot of issues this week with my accounts. Whatever the issue are, I need time to solve them. When am I getting my money back? I would like not to be in negatives. On next week, I have to get all my deposits for my new account. And my account got hacked, so I have to get a new account open. Did you do like the Nigerian prince kind of thing? Is that what it is? What day next week? Friday. Please follow through this time. I don't need my account drained any further. I am begging you, please fix this. I need an actual positive amount in my account. I can't do anything while I'm in debt. I don't know what you're doing, but you cannot keep taking from me and more from me. I am literally in the negatives when I had over $17,000 before. Not to mention the fact that I had to go into my savings because you wouldn't pay for mom's car after specifically saying that you would. I can't keep doing this. I am not going to jeopardize my own financial situation to fund whatever games you're playing. Fix the problem you started. I don't care what you have me going on. You're screwing me over. Call the cops. Honestly, call the cops. If someone took, even a family member, if someone took $17,000 out of my accounts, how they would have access to it in the first place, I don't know, but I'm assuming it's an account where the name is still in place since we're a kid. I'm assuming that's the case. I would report them. I would get legally involved ASAP. You don't accidentally take $17,000 out of someone's account without asking. He's a scam artist. I will put all your money back next week. From now on, you're on your own. I know you won't sign the 2 pieces of land back to me. I don't ever call to ask me for anything. Ask you for what? Not stealing money? That's easy. Wow, what a loss. You're not gonna be involved in my life anymore. Ooh, what a threat. Oh. I didn't need your drama and your crappy attitude. Yeah, most people have a crappy attitude if you steal money from them. Money takes time to transfer. Goodbye. I don't understand the fact that I was upset about you. A, not telling me anything about my own money. B, putting me in the negatives and not responding when I bring it up. C, trying to guilt trip me with what you know for a fact was my biggest fear for you is all attitude, but whatever. And with the land, you literally sold it already and didn't tell me until months afterwards through passing. I don't have the land anymore according to you. Do you want to keep playing victim? Go ahead. I just don't like being screwed over. You two are disrespecting me for the last time. I will sell off all assets and pay off all loans and give your mom the balance. I'll be out of your lives for good. I'm powerless to defend myself against my own children. Well, you're not defending yourself against anything. I mean, you're just stealing money and upset that people are telling you, hey, why are you taking money without asking? Please give it back. That's not defending yourself against anything. That's just having to fix your own poo-poo pile. The neat thing for me to do is to leave you alone. You're on your own from now on. I will trash your $15,000 and you can open another account in another bank and I will close your account. I will transfer, I guess they're trying to say. This does not make me sad, but liberated from your abusive behavior. Oh, how dare you not blindly accept the fact that I just stole $17,000 from you? The abuse. I told you I would crush you like a hug. You were not my kid. What is a hug? Do you mean a bug? I won't be asking you for anything from me anymore since you two are beyond lazy. Goodbye. Oh no, they are moving on from your life and not stealing money anymore. Wow, what a loss. Oh no, please. People like this are so disgusting for many reasons. One reason is, of course, that they're basically just a scam artist. 2, that they're preying on their own family. 3, that they're gaslighting their own family. 4, then they do the whole victim reverse thing and say that they are being abused by their family when they are the ones causing drama and stealing money from people. It's so gross on many levels, and I do hope they are consistent with their promise that they are going to leave you alone, because you deserve it. People like this are incredibly toxic to have in your life, especially when they're family, because then they're even closer, which, yay. I called my baby fart, but people keep pronouncing it wrong. What are you supposed to pronounce it? A pea heart? A part? People are gonna say it's fart. Don't name your kid fart. School is hard enough as it is. If your mother-in-law set up an old dummy she had to look like her recently deceased husband, your FAL, in her living room, would you still take your small children to her house? Baptist Pentecostal background. She speaks to it as her husband too. That is so sad. Grief comes in different shapes and forms, and I do genuinely hope she gets better. But that probably isn't an environment that you should expose a child to. Be there for your family if you feel the need to, but I probably wouldn't trust kids around it if that's how they act around it. It doesn't seem stable. With that said, I wish them the best, but children shouldn't be the burden when adults are going through things.
Taking my toddlers to the chiropractor. Why are you taking your toddlers to the chiropractor, Courtney?
Natural Christian Mamas Community. Oof, I love these ones.
Is there any such thing as a true science textbook that teaches theories as theories and doesn't just tell people what to believe, especially when it comes to modern medicine, astronomy, and shape of the earth, etc.?
I see this way too often, especially in online circles. Theory is actually an incredibly strong word. It's just that it's misinterpreted in layman terms. Theory in the scientific community is something that is really difficult to attain. The reason we call things theory is that it's very rare for something to be a perfect description of reality. Take, for example, something like gravity. There are multiple theories that explain gravity that functions in different contexts. For example, Newton's theory of gravity works in certain contexts, but it breaks down in other parts of the universe, and that's where Einstein's relativity theory come in. If you use either of these mathematical theories, for example, on describing, say, the moon's orbit around the Earth, both will function because the theory is applicable in both cases. But then in some extreme examples in the universe, for example, Newton's theorem breaks down. This is what a theory means because it's an approximation of reality. The universe doesn't just spit out numbers at you, it's up to us to figure out how things are connected through experimentation and equation building and theorizing and so on and so forth. That's why it's called a theory. So that something is called a theory doesn't just mean that some random person in a basement just made it up. Having the title of a theory in the scientific world is actually quite a big deal. It means that something is very big and very important. And also shape of the Earth. Very nice, thank you.
If the moon is 250,000 miles out in the darkness of space, how is it possible for there to be a blue sky behind it?
I have never thought about that, to be honest.
It's a commoner. We should question the narrative more. I'm so sorry for your public education. Mine wasn't great either. Neither was your dad's. Homeschooling wasn't really a thing, though, for at least us to remember.
What do you mean, behind it? If I shone a flashlight through, like, tinted glass, the stuff around the flashlight would still look tinted. I mean, you can even tell that, like, the blue on top of the moon is a bit of a blue hint. All this atmosphere. It's just atmosphere. What do you... Blue sky behind it. Oh, my God. Depth of field is a very difficult concept. Oh, that's the last post, thank God. Thank you so much for watching this video, you beautiful bean. I do hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed having you here. Remember to keep a lookout for the tiny little baby plushies. We have Baby Mango, and we have Baby Emotional Support Demon coming in the very near future. And have an amazing rest of your day because you do deserve it, and I will see you in the very near future. Take care. Mwah.